Hello, world friends. I should not speak loud by her ear. There we go. Are we better? Yeah. I'm so happy to be home. There is so much to get to. It's been a few days since I made a video talking about the day's trending topics, the hottest stories. I was so happy to be in New York City yesterday to do the Howard Stern show. I made a video about my trip there. If you haven't seen that yet, check it out. But I want to start off by talking about Keaton Jones. There has been quite the development there. We knew that Keaton's mom had taken photos with the Confederate flag and posted some problematic things on Facebook before. Now we find that Keaton Jones' dad, the father of the bullied teenager whose video went viral, is a white supremacist who is in jail. The family says that they are estranged from the dad and they don't speak to him, but it just raises a big red flag to me about the mother and really the extent of her racism. And even if he has two awful, awful parents, I still don't think that's any excuse to bully him. And I have not seen any solid proof yet that the mother coached him to say what he said and that he was bullied for saying racist remarks. As of right now, I think that's just rumor. What's not rumor is Omarosa leaving the White House. There are some conflicting reports. Some say she was fired. Others say she quit. She herself is saying that she resigned. And it's really interesting to watch the reaction that her exiting Trump's administration has elicited from people. Namely, Robin Roberts telling her literally, bye, Felicia, on Good Morning America today. And also Whoopi Goldberg chiming in. Many people in the Black community are upset with Omarosa and unhappy with her. I am not a member of that community, as you could tell. And frankly, I like Omarosa. Is she perfect? No. Did she sign up to work with the devil? Yes. Would I have done that? No. But I don't have a strong dislike for her. I think she's smart. I mean, she's a Democrat. She, in her mind, was probably trying to do good. She honestly probably justified her being there saying, you know, I'm going to help this man do good. I think Omarosa's intentions were good. And she's smart. She hopped on that Trump train and stayed aboard. And, you know, wanted to make the most of her association and, as she mentioned, her 14-year relationship with Donald Trump. In other news, from Omarosa to more TV-related news, I mentioned briefly Whoopi Goldberg. Some reports claim that Meghan McCain has been struggling behind the scenes of The View and has been having some meltdowns and outbursts that she's been finding it difficult to deal with all of the negative feedback that she's been getting from people, that it's not easy being a conservative on that show. It's not easy, but it's worth it. I think Meghan McCain has been doing a great job. And she's been getting The View more publicity than any other co-host. So this Christmas, give her a big raise, a bonus, something. I think she deserves it. In more TV-related news, Kelly Ripa reveals in a new interview that back in the day, Regis Philbin and her would not socialize. And not only that, Regis had a strict rule not to speak at all while off camera. And you know what? It worked for Regis. Thankfully, things are different now with Ryan Seacrest. Ryan and Kelly get along famously and hang out all the time. Estamos mejor así. Estamos mejor así. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Oh. I hang out with my podcast co-host Booker. I would hang out with him more if I went out and did things, but I don't really. I barely leave my house. Uy, ¿qué pasa? We're getting a little fushy. Oh, yeah. Ay, qué lindo fue eso. All right. On to my ridiculous news segment. Ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, qué linda. Estamos mejor ahora. There we go. All right. On to my ridiculous news segment. Cardi B has bought her fiancé Offset a Rolls Royce for his birthday. Oh. Estamos mejor así. Estamos mejor así. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Ooh, oh, gas. Okay, honey. ¿Estamos bien? ¿Estamos mejor? No. ¿Te quieres acostar? All right, I'll be right back. Aquí. Acuéstate. Oh. Okay. I'm back. On to my ridiculous news segment. Cardi B has bought her fiancé, Offset, from the rap group Migos, a Rolls Royce. Cardi B's really making the money this year, and she's really spending it. Did you guys watch that TLC, Behind the Music? This is how you go broke. I don't know exactly how much a Rolls Royce costs, but it's at least probably $400,000. I need to look. Rolls Royce cost. Around $250,000. All right. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money that you could be saving, you could be investing. Girl, keep yourself in check. Let the man buy you a Rolls Royce. You don't need to buy him one. Flip it. In other ridiculous news, Kylie Jenner is selling makeup brushes for $360. And a lot of people in the makeup community are very upset about this. I'm not. If Kylie Jenner has any fans dumb enough to buy makeup brushes that cost $360, then good on her for exploiting them and getting them to buy it. I like capitalism. I like money. Nobody is forcing these kids or adults or dumb people to buy $360 makeup brushes from Kylie Jenner. Speaking of the Kardashians and makeup, Kim Kardashian is also being criticized by the makeup community for not being very inclusive in a casting call for an ad campaign for her makeup line. She was taken to task for not including men or for exclusively just looking for women. I don't see that as problematic. Women, I would say, are 90+% of her buyers. So if she wants to feature only women in the ad campaign, then so be it. That was not bothersome to me. And even more ridiculous news, last week I posted my interview with Farrah Abraham from Teen Mom. This is so ridiculous. Did you guys see her rider for her upcoming appearance in Las Vegas at a strip club? She demands the following: neon panties, a vajazzle kit, an appointment at a med spa to have face filler injected, and more. I'm not mad at most of those things, but the face filler, girl, pull it back, lay it off, take it easy. No more of that. You've already had enough. Friendly advice. Also, ridiculous news. People a couple of days ago were very offended by Gigi Hadid and some alleged armpit hair that she had in the Love Advent calendar. Well, she wanted to set the record straight. It was fuzz from a jacket, from a coat. It was not armpit hair. And if it was, who cares? No big deal. Even more ridiculous news. Stassi from Vanderpump Rules reveals that she stays thin by just eating one meal a day. That's not only ridiculous, that is dangerous. Do not try that at home, please. In other news, onto my awful men segment. 9 more women, bringing the total now to 11, have accused Russell Simmons of sexual misconduct, many of them accusing him of rape. He is calling these women liars, saying, quote, "not me," in response to Me Too. Yeah, all 11 of these women are liars. Another woman has come forward against Mario Batali, bringing his total to 5. He has acknowledged wrongdoing. Also, Tavis Smiley from the PBS show has been suspended from PBS for credible misconduct allegations. Morgan Spurlock, the documentary filmmaker, says that he is part of the problem and decided to write an essay to try to be a part of the solution. The cynic in me thinks he probably had a heads up that somebody was working on a big expose and wanted to circumvent that and be preemptive. So many awful men. In the awful men world, but not quite that awful, but still pretty awful. Bethany Frankel is taking her ex to court, Jason Hoppy. She wants to get full and sole custody of their daughter. That drama does not seem to end. Speaking of drama from back in the day, but they've grown up and seem to have matured. Not everybody does when they grow up. Some people still act quite the fool. Perez Hilton talks about that infamous night that Lindsay Lohan crashed when she was hanging out with Britney Spears. Perez says it was just Brit and I out, and then she just like chased us to the car and got in. She wasn't invited. Well, I'm glad that Lindsay crashed, because that was one of the most iconic moments in pop culture, at least for me, of the last 10 years. Well, it was more than 10 years ago now, but whatevs. I digress. Some positive news to wrap things up today. A couple of positive items. Bobby Christina Brown's ex, Nick Gordon, seems to have gotten his life together as well. He, I believe, is not currently standing trial for any charges and is working as a landscaper. Good for him. Everybody deserves a chance at redemption, and everybody has that within them. Also, some couples news. Zendaya and Tom Holland are still very much dating and a couple. And also, my pal John Stamos is not only engaged, but expecting his first child at 54. Yay! Congratulations, John Stamos. He is going to be a great dad. And finally, George Clooney gave over 10 of his friends a couple of years ago, we just found this out, $1 million each. I need a friend like George Clooney. And if I had that kind of money, would I be giving my friends $1 million each? He gave Cindy Crawford's husband $1 million, and he's already rich. Very nice of him, though. I am a fan of the George Clooney. I'm a fan of you for watching this and watching until the very end. You're awesome. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Leave me a comment, hit the like button, follow me if you're not following me, and the most important thing you could do is share this video. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Mucho amor. Mwah.